مشعل الأحمد على القوة، انت فعلك على مد النظر شوفه، من كثر ما براسك طيب ومروة، لا بقى مجد ما صفحتك كفوفه.
سيدي مشعل الأحمد على القوة، انت فعلك على مد النظر شوفه، من كثر ما براسك طيب ومروة، ما بقى مجد ما صفحتك كفوفه.
أنا بشي غير اللي تبي سوى،
يا
بعد باللي سفشت على كتوفه.
Hello there and welcome to Kuwait Television live coverage of the flag-raising ceremony hosted in Bayan Palace under the patronage and in presence of His Highness the Emir, Sheikh Mish'al Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, and other sheikhs and dignitaries launching nationwide celebrations to mark the country's national festivals. This year's celebration of the 63rd anniversary of the National Day and the 33rd anniversary of the Liberation Day ushers in a fresh era and honorable march under the leadership of His Highness the Emir, who has recently taken the helm in succession of the late Emir, Sheikh Nawaf Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah, to lead the country to new horizons of development and progress. Kuwait celebrations are marked by various events, including parades, fireworks and cultural activities, serving as a reminder of the sacrifices made and the triumph of Kuwait's spirit over adversity. The memory of the independence liberation continues to be a source of inspiration, fostering a sense of pride among Kuwaitis and instilling a collective determination to preserve their nation's autonomy and freedom for future generations. The flag-raising ceremony, considered as a kick-off of all the celebrations of our National Day. And to talk more about this special day, we are accompanied in this live coverage by Nader Al-Ubaid, economic analyst. But before we start our special coverage and with our esteemed guest, let's view this report and get back to you.
Every year, Kuwait witnesses an important occasion represented by the raising of the country's flag in government institutions, embassies and roads, led by raising the flag at Bayan Palace. On June 19, 1961, the late Emir Abdullah Salim Al-Sabah cancelled the British Protection Treaty and declared Kuwait a fully sovereign state. On September 7, 1961, a new law was issued regarding the national flag of the state of Kuwait to be a symbol of the country's independence, and the old flag was replaced with the new one. November 24, 1961, consisting of 4 colors: red, green, white, and black. At the end of January, Kuwait celebrates Flag Raising Day, witnessed by His Highness the Emir, may Allah protect and bless him, which assures the greatness of this day for Kuwaitis and the pride in their country's flag, by allocating a day to celebrate it each year. As the state of Kuwait celebrates the raising of the flag, we should talk about what it has adopted in terms of adopting flags and slogans to symbolize it. These were often raised over ships and ports and state institutions and printed on its official books, but it underwent several changes until it stabilized in its current form, especially after independence.
يا سلام الله على أجمل وطن يكتب التاريخ فيه ولا يزال درة الأوطان في قلب الخليج تحت راية شيخنا أبو طلال، تحت راية شيخنا أبو طلال، حاكم وعادل وله قدر كبير، مشعل الأحمد ويا نعم الأمير، الكبير يحبه والطفل الصغير، هو أبونا وشيخنا أبو طلال، هو أبونا وشيخنا أبو طلال. من بديتي وانت في نهضة وامار، شامخة والغيم من جودك شغال، من بديتي وانت في نهضة وامار، شامخة والغيم من جودك شغال، من هو مثلك ما يعرف المستحيل، تعبرين الصعب والدرب الطويل، من هو مثلك ما يعرف المستحيل، تعبرين الصعب والدرب الطويل، تحت راية شيخنا أبو طلال، ضرة الأوطان في قلب الخليج، يا دخلنا.
And as the Kuwaiti people cherish this dear national flag hoisting occasion and reminiscing the great accomplishments made in all fields and domains and reiterating loyalty and belonging to Kuwait, Mr. Nader, can you tell us what are the importance of this ceremony for the country and the people for Kuwait?
First of all, thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here in Kuwait and celebrate this occasion. And since we are talking about the ceremony here, we are wishing the best for His Highness Sheikh Mish'al and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, the Prime Minister, and the people in Kuwait. And we hope that we see beautiful days and the beautiful weather nowadays. Since we are talking about the flag and the celebration of this is how we create culture for the generations. Kuwait is 350 years old, and what we are happy with that we are carrying this celebration and the flag with the good days and the bad days, and now we are seeing it differently. The flag shows the loyalty, shows the commitment, shows the culture that we are educating the generation, whether from the house or the schools and the work environment. This occasion, when it starts, definitely you are adding up something with happiness to that. Starting today, if we see the flags, psychologically you will see people are happy. You see in the flags the brightness of the colors, yeah, the lighting. So usually the month of February add happiness to the people, and even for the visitors. Now we are seeing some visitors coming to Kuwait during this time. So I think the flag shows the symbol for Kuwait, and we hope we see it always rising.
And how can we preserve our homeland and our flag raised? How can we preserve it?
Well, going to this point, Kuwait went through different stages, and now how to preserve that, it is important to have it part of our education. Our fathers and grandfathers kept it, although there was hard days, but I think now we are enjoying the good days, so we need to preserve it in our behavior, in our travels. We are acting as ambassadors, whether in Kuwait or outside. But the flag itself, there is some restrictions and kind of specification for that. It is important to educate the people the simple and the way of dealing with the flag. Why? Because it's the symbol of the country. It is important to see the flags. Even some people are putting the flags in their houses, but we need to teach them how to put it in the right way. We don't use, damages flags or, not shiny colors. There are certain things we need to educate the people with as part of the restrictions, because even officially, there are some restrictions even on the government bodies, ministries, the private sectors, where, each party contributes it in professional manner or official manner. So I think it is our responsibility to deal with it in different way, but I think it is important, since we are talking about the celebration, maybe for the newcomer or the new generations, it's a new, let's say, celebration for that. So keeping it in a constructive way, it's very important.
That's right. Thank you, economist analyst Nader Al-Ubaid. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be right back after this break. Welcome back, our dear viewers, and our correspondent Abdullah Al-Ajmi is joining us live from Al Asima Governorate to update us about the ceremony celebrations. Abdullah, can you tell us about the celebration atmosphere in Al Asima Governorate?
Hello, Rim, and yes, good morning to you and to our guests, everyone at the studio, and of course our dear viewers. I hope everyone is having a great morning as we are here at Naif Palace, which holds a great historic significance to Kuwait, especially at this time as we kickstart the month of February, as the state of Kuwait is holding the flag-raising ceremony in all of its 6 governorates at the same time. Currently at Naif Palace, the military is holding an amazing military ceremony where they handed the flag to the governor of Al Asima. Then they will raise the flag as a symbol of national unity to mark the start of February celebrations of the state of Kuwait, National Day and National Days of Independence and Liberation.
Thank you for the update, Abdullah. We're going to moving to a break.
Okay. Brothers and sisters, the cannons of the Kuwaiti army shall now launch 21 shots to celebrate the arrival of His Highness the Emir, to start the ceremonies of launching and raising the flags and launch of the national celebrations. Under your leadership, Kuwait shall always be a place of safety and security and a symbol for giving. Our celebration today of raising the flag represents a symbol of unity between the different sectors of the state of Kuwait and its wise leadership, in order to keep our flag always raising high in the sky. And as you see, brothers and sisters, the cannons of the Kuwaiti army are shooting 21 shots in celebration of the arrival of His Highness to start the raising the flag ceremonies to launch the national celebrations. Our celebration today of the flag raising ceremonies represent a symbol that gathers everybody under one roof, under the leadership of the new era of His Highness, and represents our love and loyalty to His Highness the Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Mish'al Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah. May God protect him. And as you see, brothers and sisters, at this moment, the motorcade of His Highness the Emir of the State of Kuwait, Sheikh Mish'al Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces of Kuwait, arrives at Bayan Palace under the wise leadership of His Highness the State of Kuwait, Sheikh Mish'al Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah. May Allah protect him. The Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Mish'al Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, may God protect him in all locations and in all occasions and in all positions he served, has a mind that preserves the value of Kuwait and how to keep it secure and safe and stable. It's a vision that is made by the independence makers and followed by the nationals of Kuwait to keep Kuwait always high and elevated among other nations. As you see in these national celebrations, we recall together with all pride the sacrifices of Kuwait martyrs who sacrificed their lives for its land in order to keep it free, and Kuwait shall never forget their sacrifices to keep its flag high and always elevated in the sky. As you see, brothers and sisters, now we witness the arrival of His Highness the Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Mish'al Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah. May Allah protect him, to Bayan Palace, received and welcomed by members of the Kuwaiti Arms and the National Guard, as well as the Ministry of Interior
أمر وتلقى الشعب فوق الهقوى وتحت الأمر سمعا وطاعة كلامه بالقلوب وباليدين لنا الصحيح صح والغلط نباوي عمر يا سيدي حنا وفانا ما تغير السنين أمر وتلقى الشعب فوق الهقوى وتحت الأمر سمعا وطاعة كلامه بالقلوب وباليدين لنا الصحيح صح والغلط نباوي عمر
سلام علم سلام خذ تعال الكويت تعال الكويت تعال الكويت عاش الامير عاش الامير عاش الامير احمل صح سلام وطني سلام خذ احمل صح جنبا صح استريح
أمر وتلقى الشعب فوق الهقوى وتحت الأمر سمعا وطاعة كلامه بالقلوب وباليدين
حرس استعد أعمال سوء أعمال سوء ضم وياه فلاح
رفرف البيرق بعزه ولم يسودها رفرف البيرق بعزه والله ان ارواحنا دونها درع وسلاح والله ان ارواحنا شيخنا مشعل امير البلد طير الفلاح شيخنا مشعل امير البلد طير الفلاح شيخنا مشعل الامير اللي يعز البلد ويقودها الامير اللي يعز البلد ويقودها الامير اللي يعز البلد ويقودها اشهد ان العز والخير بقلوب اهلها اشهد ان العز والخير
سيدي حنا وفانا ما تغير السنين أمر وتلقى الشعب فوق الهقوة
The motorcade of His Highness the Emir of the State of Kuwait, Sheikh Mish'al Al-Ahmad Al-Jabr Al-Sabah, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, may God protect him, leaves Bayan Palace. After the ceremonies of raising the flag as a mark of launching the national celebrations, brothers and sisters, today we are all happy to witness the ceremonies of raising the flag, to launch the national celebrations, and everybody is looking high to the flag of the state of Kuwait flying over the sky all over our country, and we are glad to renew our promise to you, our country, and to the Supreme Commander, the leader of Kuwait, as loyal soldiers to serve our country, Kuwait, and its people. Ladies and gentlemen, we transfer to you on air directly the ceremonies of raising the flags, launching the national celebrations. See you on the next occasion, and goodbye.
سيدي مشعل الأحمد على القوة انت فعلك على مد النظر شوفه من كثر ما براسك طيب ومروة لا بقى مجد ما صفحتك كفوفه
سيدي مشعل الأحمد على القوة انت فعلك على مد النظر شوفه من كثر ما براسك طيب ومروة ما بقى مجد ما صفحتك كفوفه
أنا بي شيء غير اللي تبي سوى
يا بعد
من نسف تشتعل كتوفه وارض بسيف عز ما طفى الضوى يا وريث الصباح الأعظم سيوفه
ما نبي شيء غير اللي تبي سواه يا بعد من نسف تشتهى على كتوفه.
That was the official flag raising ceremony, ladies and gentlemen. The official flag of Kuwait had seen several changes before its current shape was decided pursuant to an Emiri decree issued on September the 7th, 1961, hoisting it on the buildings of all state bodies and agencies for the first time on November 24th, 1961, in grand countrywide celebrations. Let's go to our next report where we see the changes of the Kuwaiti flag.
All 6 governorates of Kuwait are set to hold flag hoisting celebrations in a joyous atmosphere to commence the country's national festivals by adorning streets and buildings with the photos of His Highness the Emir and the flag of Kuwait in an amazing scene that mirrors their light and pride for both great occasions. The Kuwaiti people, with a great sense of boastfulness, are bracing for marking the 63rd anniversary of the National Day, a day when the state of Kuwait became independent and steadily started to make hallmarks on international domains, forge close relations with Arab and friendly countries, and seek to achieve security and peace based on its pioneering policy of tackling regional and international causes. While celebrating the 33rd anniversary of the Liberation Day, Kuwait remembers its martyrs who had given a resounding example of sacrifice and dedication for the sake of liberating their country from the aggressing invaders. This occasion, with its various aspects, reflects eagerness to beef up and cement bonds of national unity and togetherness, and to learn noble lessons and meanings, reminiscing the struggle of forefathers who had sacrificed everything just to see their nation developing and prospering. Furthermore, flag-raising ceremonies are a symbol of renewing vows to continue down the road of forefathers forged, and significance lies in reminiscing the unification in solidarity of the people of Kuwait. The National and Liberation Days are an opportunity to recall the achievements Kuwait had accomplished over the years, whether on local or international fronts. Such ceremonies reinvigorate a sense of belonging and loyalty to this country, whose sacrifices of ancestors are what made Kuwait a country to be proud of. Wishing the state of Kuwait further peace, prosperity, and security under the wise guidance of its leadership. Meanwhile, the Kuwaiti people cherish this dear national flag hoisting occasion, reminiscing the great accomplishments made in all fields and domains, and reiterating loyalty and belonging to the dear homeland. Therefore, all the governors congratulated His Highness the Emir Sheikh Mash'al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, may Allah protect and bless him, and the people of Kuwait on this joyous occasion.
Welcome again to this Kuwait Television live coverage of the flag raising ceremony with our guest in the studio, Nader Al-Abeid, economic analyst. Nader, what's the importance of establishing the correct concept of celebrating raising the flag for the new generations?
Well, the importance here, you might see it in the way they dress, the way they look, the way, but you know, it is important that we reshape their behaviors, whether to have the responsibility for the way of celebration. Now we are seeing, you will be seeing it in a very traditional way. We see the generations and the way they dress. You will see the kids with their flags and some decoration on the personal level, and you will see them in cars, you will see them in many things. But we need to create kind of awareness for the way of celebrating this. Well, we have noticed that lately there are some kind of, we don't want to say misbehavior, but unfortunately individual incident. I think these kind of things need to be at least addressed, because the generation, if you don't address these challenges, okay, this might be part of your celebration down the road. Now, let me go back to some of what I've seen the last few years. You know, in 60s, we see the way of celebration to educate the culture or the generation. We see it in a very formal way, where we see it on the Gulf Road, where the government bodies are participating, the private clubs are, the sport clubs, the private sector are celebrating, and the way of celebrating, no cars, where all the people are focusing on the event itself, from Salmiya down to Kuwait City. When you see that feeling, you know, the military force, the sports, the people, the way of contributing. When we used to be young and kids at that time, we feel that everybody is showing the best out of him in the military, in all the aspects. So focusing on that event as participation from all the entities, whether the government or the private, or even the individuals, and I think it shows how dedicated we are to that type of celebration. This is one. Second, that was in the 60s. In the 70s, we've seen it in different way, where the national songs and the educational aspect, where the Ministry of Education has participated a lot. And this was part of our exposure to reflect the traditional way of celebrating this. And we saw that, in different occasions, and even the way of exploring our songs, which is part of our tradition. And in later stage, I think we kept aside of that, so we need to reactivate it in a constructive way.
And what's the history of the flag raising ceremony?
Well, it went into different occasions, it started around 57 years ago. But we have noticed after the liberation, raising the flag was given completely different vision and different ceremony. And that was in what we call it, where the Jabal Ahmed culture area, where we call it the flag square. This gave completely different way of raising or communicating it, because it was after the celebration, elaboration. So it went into different areas. Now we are seeing, the way we are seeing today is completely different. It gives a beautiful image. But talking about the flags itself, definitely in a historical part, the colors have changed. The way of raising it took different places, whether in the government bodies or in the private sector. So if we are talking about the flags in terms of changes, it took some areas, whether in colors, but the way of celebrating, I think it went through different phases all over the 60 years, let's say.
Thank you for your input, Nader. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our correspondents in governorates with us live, in a live coverage. Who do we have with us?
اسطعت ونورت في كل بيت، حيو دار فرحت وفخرت بأميرها، مشعل العز والحزن حبك الأهل الكويت، الكويت اللي زهت في مقام كبيرها.
حيو من شمس اسطعت ونورت في كل بيت، وحيو دار فرحت وفخرت بأميرها، مشعال العز والحزم حبك الأهل الكويت، الكويت اللي زهت في مقام كبيرها. حيو حيو شمس اسطعت ونورت في كل بيت، وحيو دار فرحت وفخرت بأميرها، مشعال العز والحزم حبك الأهل الكويت، الكويت اللي زهت في مقام كبيرها. حيو من شمس اسطعت ونورت في كل بيت، حيو دار فرحت وفخرت بأميرها، مشعال العز والحزم حبك الأهل الكويت، الكويت
Joining us live from Al Ahmadi Governorate to update us about the ceremony celebrations is our correspondent Mohammed Al-Anezi. Mohammed, can you tell us about the celebration atmosphere?
Yes, a very good morning to you, Reem, in the studio, and of course to our dear viewers watching on KTV2. The national celebrations for the month of February can officially begin following the beautiful flag-raising ceremony that we also held at Bayan Palace. As you pointed out, I'm here at Al Ahmadi Governorate, where following the official flag-raising ceremony, the flag was also raised here in the Governorate, as I'm sure it was across all governorates in the state of Kuwait. Now, the National and Liberation Days are celebrated on the 25th and 26th of February every year. And during this time, Kuwait citizens will mark these special occasions by decorating their homes with the Kuwaiti flag. And as we have gotten used to over the years, throughout the month of February, various government institutions will provide activities and festivities for both citizens and residents alike to go out and celebrate these special days.
Thank you, Mohammed. The Kuwaiti people, with a great sense of boastfulness, are bracing for marking the 63rd anniversary of the National Day, a day when the state of Kuwait became independent and steadily started to make hallmarks on international domains, forge close relationships with Arab and friendly countries, and seek to achieve security and peace based on its pioneering policy of tackling regional and international causes. Mr. Nader, what do you think are responsibilities and duties as citizens for Kuwait, for our country?
Well, I think our responsibility, first of all, to support, first of all, the Emir and the government in their visions, whether you are a student or you are an employee. This is one. Our responsibility, when we talk about some people who are outside carrying the nationality of Kuwait, as students, let's say, I think this is a very big responsibility to represent Kuwait in a proper way. This is part of a responsibility, especially if you are going there as sent by Kuwait to study and to be supported in academic way. Now, as a traveler, it is important to be an ambassador for Kuwait. This is part of the responsibility for the behavior as individuals, we say. Now, as an employees, our Kuwaitis are celebrating, definitely we need to give a good impression in the way of communicating. Now with the technology, we see people in the social media and this kind of thing. This is very important to reflect a good image about Kuwait in the way of celebrating and communicating and giving good impression about Kuwait, and the way of our responsibility not to pick on some certain things and leave the bright side of Kuwait, because you know each country has some hiccups or challenges, but it is important, it is very important that we don't misuse the communication and the social media to that. Now, if we are talking about ourselves, our parents, it is a responsibility how to educate our kids, how to respect the flag, especially this occasion. The flag is a way of launching a brightness and happiness for the what we call it the February festival, where many events and national events are launched. So the responsibility goes from the individuals to houses, families, and schools, and even work. So I think we should be all giving a good impression about Kuwait by behaving in a professional manner.
Thank you, Nader. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our correspondent Nasser Al-Husainan from Barak Al-Kabir Governorate joining us live. Nasser, please tell us what's going on where you are.
Yes, thank you. I am in Barak Al-Kabir Governorate. As you can see, the flag has been risen in the raising the flag ceremony of 2024. We invite everyone to come and join this celebration and have a fun time. The governor of the Barak Al-Kabir Governorate came with the officials in this celebration.
Thank you so much, Nasser. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have with us Maryam Al-Dwahi. Maryam, can you tell us what's happening with you?
Good morning, Kuwait, and good morning, Reem, and good morning to you all in the studio. Here in Hawali Governorate, General Brigadier Ziad Al-Khatib, Security Director in Hawali Governorate, just acted on behalf of the Governor, Ali Salim Al-Asfar, in raising the flag. The atmosphere here in Hawali Governorate went smoothly, and it's a beautiful weather. Hopefully that in the next few days we're going to see the translation of the celebrations of Kuwait national holidays. It is noteworthy that Hawali Governorate was established in 1906, and it is the first post for the late Emir Sheikh Nawaf, where he acted as governor of Hawali and moved it to a modern city that is active commercially and industrially, which holds a very commercial and promising commercial position in Kuwait economy. That's all what I have for now, and hopefully we will keep you updated.
Thank you, Maryam. Ladies and gentlemen, our next correspondent is Abdulrahman Al-Mhanna. Abdulrahman, can you give us an update, please?
Yes, I'm here at the Jahra Governorate. The governor of Al-Jahra, Nasser Al-Hajraf, with people from the Ministry of Interior. They did the greetings and they handed the flag to the governor of Al-Jahra, Nasser Al-Hajraf, and they raised the flag after the flag has been also raised at Bayan Palace. And this today Kuwait commences like the flag raising ceremony, which is the celebration of the 63rd National Day and 33rd Independence Day. And the flag raising ceremony is a symbol of renewing vows to continue down the road to a more shining future. And this day is also an opportunity for everyone in Kuwait to remember and the achievements that Kuwait had that achieved over the years at the local or international level. And at the same time, the citizens and residents have enjoyed the activities right here and within like the past 2 hours. And we also urge everyone to enjoy this beautiful national celebrations today with the safe activities provided by the government institutions. And we also wish that for the people of Kuwait a more prosperous and secure future. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdulrahman. A special thanks to our correspondents Maryam Al-Dwahi, Nasser Al-Husainan, and Abdulrahman Al-Mhanna. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go on a short break and we'll be right back.
سطعت ونورت في كل بيت، حيو دار فرحت وفخرت بأميرها، مشعل العز والحزن حبك الأهل الكويت، الكويت اللي زهت في مقام كبيرها.
حيو من شمس اسطعت ونورت في كل بيت، وحيو دار فرحت وفخرت بأميرها، مشعال العز والحزم حبك الأهل الكويت، الكويت اللي زهت في مقام كبيرها. الشمس سطعت ونورت في كل بيت، وحيوا دار فرحت وفخرت بأميرها، اشعال العز والحزن حب كل أهل الكويت، الكويت اللي زهت في مقام كبيرها.
And we're back to the studio with our guest. We'd just like to ask you, what are the most prominent aspects of the celebration of Kuwaiti National Day for citizens and residents alike?
Well, I think the celebration takes place in different ways, and let me share something with you what we are seeing nowadays. Loving Kuwait by the way you behave. Loving Kuwait not with only this celebration days. Loving Kuwait goes with your behavior as celebration occasions. Now, what the beauty of Kuwait, that the social relationship, we see it in terms of whether local citizens and residents here. Takes different flavor because of the level of the communication on the social level, especially you see it in Diwaniyas, the way they communicate, the way they talk, the way they celebrate, they congratulate each other. I think it has something unique. That's why we see even the non-Kuwaitis who are here in Kuwait, the way they are celebrating the Kuwaitis. Why? Because they have been treated well, they have been educated well, and part of that, they feel that they are part of the society. Now, how do we reflect that? We've been seeing it in the way they look, the way they dress, the way they approach each other. But we need to focus on one thing where, you know, we have noticed that the way some people, the way they are celebrating, unfortunately, are giving bad impression, especially with, you know, the water splashes and these kind of things, where, you know, it carries injuries, it carries, unfortunately, certain challenges for people who are for emergency, these kind of things. So we need to reflect a good image even on the way of the way of celebrating these occasions, whether on an individual level or as a society.
Thank you so much for your input, Mr. Nader. And ladies and gentlemen, that's it for our program. Economic specialist, Mr. Nader Al-Ubaid, thank you so much for joining us. That's the end for our show, with the Kuwaiti flag telling us the story of an aspiring nation that marched toward independence. I'd like to recall the poem about a flag written by the Arab poet Safi ad-Din. The poem says that white is the symbol of deeds, red is the symbol of swords, black stands for battle, and green stands for the land. This brings it to the end of this live coverage of the flag raising ceremony. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.
شيخ المحبة يا أمير الشعب يا رمز المعالي، حافظ دينا وصاين كل شابه، لهن بايع لهن ضاحي بكل غالي. شيخ المحبة يا أمير الشعب يا رمز المعالي، حافظ دينا وصاين كل شابه، لهن بايع لهن ضاحي بكل غالي. كلنا ماشيين في شورى ودربه، ما تفرق بيننا سود الليالي، الوطن لفديه في سلمه وحربه، دومي بيرقنا يرفرف فوق عالي. شيخنا الغالي سندنا اللي نحبه، يوقف بوجه الشدايد ما يبالي، وين ما يمشي الوطن يمشي بجنبه، هو ذرانا وعزنا أول وتالي.